Well, hello. This is Ryan, Cycling 101. Wanted to chat a little bit today about indoor training. So right now, the world is completely taken back by Zwift and Sufferfest and Full Gas and all these online platforms, um, which are really amazing. They use smart trainers and they're animated. They show in real time your wattage, your cadence, heart rate, all of these fancy things. Really, really, really cool. But one of the setbacks that any type of indoor training has is to do with the environment. And the environment of indoor training can sometimes be a little bit daunting, a little bit hard to navigate. So I wanted today to just chat a little bit about your indoor training environment and what you can do to kind of make it better if you're going to spend that time, whether it's doing a weight workout, a yoga workout, uh, any type of strength or indoor cycling, treadmill, doesn't really matter. Um, and the main thing that we want to talk about today is temperature. So a really big part of training indoors, it involves obviously your ambient temperature at home, and typically we're between 18 and 20 degrees. On average, some people like it, closer to 17, 15, whatever. But still, once you start working out and you're in a smaller little pain cave, if you will, you'll feel that temperature kind of coming up. So a couple of tips I want to give for your workout environment today. Number one, make sure that you have good fresh air coming in. So cracking open a window, making sure the door's open, whatever it might be, trying to get fresh airflow through. Secondly, making sure that you have a fan. Take that sucker, crank it, put it on full blast. We want to have that air coming past the body. When the human body is heating up and we're starting to sweat, but we don't have a whole lot of air passing by it, it makes it even more difficult for ourselves to dissipate the heat. 75% of the energy that we're expending is just the heat energy. So you've probably seen your windows fog up in a small, 400 or 500 square foot room, that kind of thing. You're probably sweating profusely. So making sure that you've got a fan to keep that air circulating around you. Other thing, make sure to drink. You want to make sure you have two bottles on the bike, or at least, a hand's reach, that kind of thing. And, I would honestly say that at the bare minimum, you should have water with a little bit of salt in it, sea salt, not the iodized crap that you find on the little packets in the fast food restaurants. So good high quality salt in there, or a full spectrum electrolyte, or even a low caloric sport drink that can really help as well. So yeah, making sure you're drinking lots. Don't wait till you're thirsty, kind of thing, because you're going to see that all that sweat's coming out. You got to start getting it back in. And as soon as our body temperature raises a degree or two on the inside, we see a significant drop in performance. We see like 30-35% decline pretty much right away. And then we kind of end up sitting in and around there. Main reason being is we get this thing called cardiac drift, and it's where our heart has to work anywhere from 10 to 20 beats harder to achieve the same output. So if your threshold heart rate is normally 150, you might be working at 170 or 165 to achieve that same workload that you would normally be doing outdoors or in an environment that has fresh air and the fan and stuff coming in. So really pay attention to that. Toweling off. This is an interesting one. I like to towel off my hands so that I don't slip on the bars when I'm on the trainer, but I don't towel off my arms or anywhere else. In fact, I would take a water bottle of cooler water and actually try and get my top and stuff a little bit wet to increase the cooling effect. But the sweat is there to remove body heat. Your body removes heat from the surface of the skin 21 times faster when it's wet. So we want to encourage you to keep that kind of sweat on your body. The other thing you can do is you can actually wear a fabric that will hold onto a little bit of that moisture a little better and has a cooling effect. I have this really great top that I use. It's a compression top, and it's by IntelliSkin. It actually pulls you out of that internal rotation as well, so it gives you really nice posture. But as it gets a little bit damp and that wind from the fan is kind of coming on you, it'll help to keep you a lot cooler than if you were just wearing, let's say, a cycling jersey or a cotton t-shirt or something that wasn't quite as form fit, that didn't have the cooling properties of this. I also take it, if I'm going to ride any longer than an hour, I usually take it up even another notch. And what I will typically wear is this. This here is a cooling vest. So what you do with this cooling vest is you take it, you wet it, nice cold water, and then you let it sit for a little bit. You wring it out, and then you throw the vest on. I actually put the IntelliSkin top over top so that it's all pressed up nicely against me. And then from there, use the cooling effect of that cooling vest. So what it does is it kind of takes the heat out of the body a lot quicker, and then through evaporation gets rid of that heat for you. So just another cool little tip or trick for you if you wanted to get a little bit more techie. There's a number of different cooling vests on the market. This one in particular has some pockets in it, so you can actually put some cold packs in there if you if you want to on the trainer. Polly P and I have used these in some warmer climates. In Bend, Oregon, it was pretty smoking hot during a 100-miler that we rode together, and that really panned out really nicely, just to have that nice cool feeling on you. Another great little tip, buff. You just take a buff and you wet it, put it around your neck. That water in evaporation will pull that heat that's going up the carotid arteries right up to the head, and help you stay a little bit cooler as well. The pre and post of the indoor training, highly recommend pre-hydrating as well. Make sure you have a pint or two of water, maybe even with like that broad spectrum electrolyte before you get on the trainer. And then post, kind of the same thing. Finish off the bottles that are on the bike, depending on how intense that trainer session was. What I really like to do, if I'm still kind of burning up after that, like to jump into a cold shower, get that nice contrast going. Really helps for recovery. You'll feel invigorated and rejuvenated. So yeah, kind of cool that way. Some of the telltale signs that your indoor training regimen might not be on par. I really like to think about the GI tract and any feelings you might be getting in there. So if you start to feel nauseous or queasy, not quite feeling right, a lot of times that has to do with that increased core body temperature and the blood kind of being confused about what its role is, whether it's to produce energy, whether it's to dissipate heat and help you stay cool on the bike. So sometimes the GI tract kind of gets a little bit sloshy, can also lead to some diarrhea, that kind of stuff. So just really watch out with that. And then just watching your heart rate. That heart rate that you'd normally get outside should kind of be paralleled on the inside. If you find that like 5 or 10 minutes in, or 15 minutes into your warm up on the trainer, that your heart rate seems to be going up excessively, and it's not right after your morning coffee, then might be a telltale sign that there's already a little dehydration, or maybe you're just not cooling yourself down quite enough. If you struggle with an environment or creating an environment that is conducive to that, a shed, a garage, even poking your trainer outside if it's 2-3 degrees outside, can definitely be an option. Your neighbors might look at you weird, but who cares? Yeah, I think that's just about it. I'm going to try and put together some of these videos every now and then just to kind of help people out understand some of the nuances of cycling training, and help give people a little bit more insight and a little bit more direction into what exactly they're doing. Little tips, little hacks, all that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, listening, and we'll be back, I'm sure, with more great information. Bye.